Good morning, everyone. How are you? Leah Wilson here, coming to you live from Chalice Farms. Just thought I'd have a cup of coffee with you this morning and have just a little coffee chit chat about what is fat burn, why is it different, and how I personally lost more than 30 pounds in the past 4 months. It's a story that I love to share, and I thought I could come to you today and talk to you a little bit about how I did it. So again, my name is Leah. I am a certified health coach with the Center for Obesity and Prevention and Education. It is a certification that I'm very proud of because it's led me down a path of really reaching out to other people and helping others with the same struggle that I have. So I wanted to quickly recap my story. Some of you know me and you know my story, but I'll tell you very quickly. In April of 2007, this year, I was the heaviest I had ever been in my entire life. It was a desperate time. It was a hard reality for me. And right before I left for a rewards trip with another health and fitness company, I weighed in at 207 pounds. Now, I'm a taller individual, so I do carry my weight well, but I knew what the scale said. I knew I wasn't at my healthiest self. I realized I needed to make a change, and I'm getting married in December, and I really, really, really wanted to look hot and just vibrant in my wedding dress come December this year. So I started doing some research, and I found a system that truly, truly works, and it creates a way for you to get to fat burn. So I decided at some point that I wanted to pay this information forward, and so I'm going to share a little bit of what fat burn is with you today, and then hopefully it generates some conversation. Hopefully we can spread this to people who desperately need the help, and hopefully we can change some lives. Thanks, Jen. Okay, the science behind fat burn. It's actually quite simple. So many other diets have us doing high protein, low carb, high protein, no fat. The gimmicks are across the board, right? And I'm guessing that so many of you have tried all or some or one or two of those diets and they've not worked, or they work and then you gain all the weight back. And the reason why is because those are diets and they are not sustainable. What I'm going to share with you today is a process that is, one, sustainable, very sustainable. I'm living proof of it. And two, leads your body down a path to create better habits of health and then not yo-yo in the future. Okay, so what is fat burn? Fat burn is, let's do this. I'm going to draw two lines in this, kind of in the air. Everything above this line up here is considered fat storage. Everything below this line down here is considered fat conservation. So let's consider this area right in between fat burn. How do we get there? We balance our macronutrients so that we create exactly the right amount of proteins, exactly the right amount of carbohydrates, complex carbs, not starchy carbs, and exactly the right amount of healthy fats that gently slips our body into a fat burn state. How does that scientifically happen? Scientifically speaking, this is what happens. We empty your sugar bucket, okay? If you think of a pail, like a cow pail of sugar, that's what's residing in our body, okay? And through the process of 3 to 5 days, we're gonna empty that sugar bucket lower by completely eliminating starches and sugars and bad carbohydrates from our body. When we do that, and we couple that with eating 6 times a day, macronutriently balanced, what we do is we flatline our glucose level. Have any of you ever felt shaky because you haven't eaten in a while and your glucose level drops and your blood sugar's dropping, or your blood sugar's too high? And that is your body going through a yo-yo, okay? When that happens, it's constantly processing. When it's constantly processing, it's either stuck in fat storage or it's stuck in fat conservation. It doesn't know what's going to happen next, right? There's a symbiotic relationship between what you do to your body and how your body responds to you. So if you think of yourself of like your eating habits as one person and your body as another person, then you can understand that when you don't eat appropriately, your body does not trust you to lose weight. So let's say you don't eat until 6 o'clock at night because you think that that's the right thing to do for your body. Your body then puts itself into a fasting fat conservation mode. When you go into a fat conservation mode, it's not going to give it up because it doesn't know the next time it's going to eat. When it doesn't know when it's going to eat, it doesn't trust you. So consider your body like a friend of yours that you're trying to build a trust, a mutual relationship with. So when you feed it like a friend, you feed it 6 times a day, you flatline that glucose level. When you do that, you turn your insulin pump off. When your insulin pump turns off, magic happens. So you have to empty your sugar bucket, you have to eat macronutriently balanced, and you have to have a balanced glycemic level to turn your insulin pump off. When that happens, amazing things start to happen. One, your body trusts you that you're going to eat again very soon. So it doesn't worry, right? Like you're not pulling yourself back into fat conservation. It doesn't worry. When it doesn't worry, then it starts to think about how to shed those pounds. So going back to science, calories in, calories out, right? Well, that worked for so many years, except you have to have the right calories and the right expenditure of thermogenesis energy. So when you are eating the right calories into your body and they are limited to a point of weight loss, not an extreme, a balanced number. When that number is balanced, your body has to feed from a fat source. That's called fat burn. So we're right in that vein of fat burn, right? So flatline glucose level, insulin pump turns off, body starts basically chewing all that fat off of your body. That is how you can get yourself into fat burn. Now, then you have to sustain yourself into fat burn. So that comes our habits of health. That's where my program, this program, can teach you how to sustain that over time so that your body continues to build trust, your body continues to believe in what you're doing, and your body then starts rewarding you by weight loss. So how is this different? Well, let's take, for instance, keto. Okay, keto's super hot right now. Everybody wants to talk about keto, right? So let's talk about keto. Keto is an elimination of carbohydrates, quite frankly. It's like less than 30 grams of carbohydrates a day. When you eliminate a food group, your body does have a knee-jerk reaction and will respond. However, it is also biologically programmed and trained to make an adjustment. That's why it only lasts for so long, because your body is smart. Like if you go back to the caveman days, do you think that the body wasn't designed in a way to survive? It is a survival mechanism. So when you eliminate something, yes, of course you're going to get results, but are they sustainable? No. That's why diets fail, and that's why this succeeds, because this is not a diet. It is a way of learning how to incorporate a new way of eating, a new timing of eating, and a new food group of eating. Not food groups, but the balanced food groups of eating. Okay, so going back to keto, let's say you have a friend who's on keto and doing really, really well. What happens when they stop keto? What happens when their body gets thrown out of ketogenesis because you ate carbs? Well, you just slingshot to your body. So you had 30 grams of carbs on Monday, and on Thursday you have 100 to 200 grams of carbs. Well, what do you think it's going to do? You've now broken the trust, right? You've now broken the habit that you just taught it. So again, it's not going to trust you, and it's going to go, whoop, I have to go back into food conservation mode because I'm a survival beast and I must store that, right? So that's how keto is different. So in this program, what we do is fat burn is actually between 80 and 100 grams of carbs a day. So when we transition you off the program, you don't slingshot back. You just simply continue living the way you were living, and 80 to 100 grams of carbohydrates a day is very sustainable. So is 100 grams of protein, very sustainable. So There's other diets that we could talk about. The list goes on and on. Atkins diet, again, another low carb. Keto, Cambridge, HGC. Oh my God, you guys, if you want to talk about a program that is hard on your body, I mean, you may be getting results, but you're definitely sacrificing your health in order to get them. We don't want you sacrificing your health. We want you improving your health. We want you going off medications. We want you feeling strong energy. That's the other benefit of fat burn. Energy. You can sleep like the dead. Life starts to feel better. Your skin starts to glow. Your hair starts to grow. Everything starts to feel better because your body is in sync with who you are. Your body's in sync with being in this healthy habit. So I'm going to ask you this. Do you know somebody who could benefit from losing some weight? Do you know somebody who has diabetes or is fighting a metabolic disorder that is connected to weight, like a weight gain? Those are the kind of people that benefit the most from this program. And the reason why is because they're basically unhealthy and they're being treated by Western medicine and they're being treated with prescription drugs and creating additional problems in their life. So if we want to get to the root of the problem, let's fix their health. If we want to if we want them to stay with us longer, let's fix their health. And in doing so, in creating better habits, they're going to lose weight. And in doing so, they're going to feel self-confident. And in doing so, they're going to feel like a new person. And in doing so, you're going to get your family back. So that's what I ask of you today. Share this with someone who is on your heart and important to you, and maybe I can help them. So that's it. This is Leah Wilson. Peace out. I'm gonna have a cup of coffee. If you guys have any questions, throw me some messages in the comments below, and I'm more than happy to chat with you. Love you so much. Have a great day. Bye.